Looked like I did it.
Yeah, it looks like you did it.
Uh,
All right, we're here.
we're
Welcome back.
here. Hello.
Hard to believe it's been another week, but it has been.
It has been.
And we be back.
Mm, mm.
You said you had a question.
Oh,
Ah,
I was watching the phone.
uh-huh.
Someone asked a question. They said, what is something that you do not feel prepared for as an adult?
Okay.
And
And
he said his answer was that he was not prepared to spend $18 on cheese every 2 weeks. And I was like, yo, for real.
okay.
So then I was thinking, like, what is my thing? Like, something that I was not prepared for.
What is it?
I don't know yet, but
Oh, that's good.
I feel like every time I watch my phone on a certain thing, like, I feel like I'm always learning.
Mm,
Now, is it all real? I don't know.
no.
I don't know.
I'll just answer that for you right now. No.
But sometimes people are like, "Oh, I didn't know until I was 40 or I was today years old." And I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
And then I like when the people do like the is that real stuff.
What?
When they like check it out to make sure that
Check
it's
it
real.
out.
Yeah, otherwise I'm like, "What? Maybe."
Yeah.
I'm never like fully bought in, but maybe that's cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool because you can find people that have figured out different ways to do certain things,
That is
which
real.
may be a way that you've never thought of doing it or even would recognize it as a possibility.
Yeah.
So there is that, which is kind of nice.
I
And
just I don't think that we anticipate paying so much money for something that you literally are flushing down the drain.
that's any food.
No, like toilet paper.
What does that have to do with anything?
I was just thinking about the cheese, like how much cheese. I'm like, yeah, you're
Oh
right.
my
Like cheese is
goodness.
expensive. And I
Woo.
was like, what else is something that's just crazy expensive that you don't think as like when you're a teenager growing up, you're like, well, I don't know that I'm gonna need to budget $30 a month for toilet paper.
Well, you shouldn't have to pay $3 for a bottle of water either, but you do,
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, I mean, inflation is a real thing. It happens.
Yeah. What would you say something you were not prepared for?
Being an adult, period.
Just
just,
period.
just period. Taking care of all the things.
You know, you hate doing dishes as a kid. Imagine doing them for the
Oh,
rest of your life.
I'm prepared for that. I still hate them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was definitely well prepared in my feelings about dishes.
I think one of the things that I've thought of like recently was I don't think I fully anticipated that for the rest of my okay, in a way, yes, because I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, we wanted to have a big family, like all of those things. But I don't know that I fully thought that for the rest of my life, I will be planning meals, like food, every single day.
Yep.
You know how much of my brain that takes up every single day to think about feeding myself and other people?
I don't know. I don't think about it.
If if I know. If I like when I lived alone with my best friend Stephanie, not alone, but like when I had a roommate with her when we had an apartment together. There were not a ton of times that I remember where we had like full meals. Like it wasn't just like, oh, we're gonna cook
No, you're young and
casserole
single at
every
that
single
point.
night, you know?
You're young and single at that point. You don't.
Yeah, but like dudes, most guys, they would still be eating like boy dinner if a girl never came in and was like, I'm making.
It's just dinner.
Oh.
It doesn't need to be classified as boy dinner.
No, I'm
It's
just saying
dinner.
like it'd be like pizza and
Yeah.
easy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And girls
What's wrong
would
with
be I mean, nutritionally a lot, but like you're getting stuff
Pizza
in.
has everything.
And if you're
It's got fats, it's got proteins, it's got carbs, it's got vegetables.
yes, in the
Right?
perfect proportions.
Yeah, the tasty kind.
The tasty kind. Yeah.
But I think a lot of that has changed over the generations, honestly, with seeing the amount of meal prep that goes on
Yeah.
and whatnot. I think that's really changed for the
Who
better.
meal preps though for the
Huh?
week? Who's the one that meal preps for the week?
Not us.
No, we have a list.
we don't meal
We do
prep
finally have like a menu.
once in a while. Yep. Once in
Okay.
a while we have a menu.
Yes, like
it
written,
falls by the wayside.
written
sometimes.
down, but there's always like a catalog of food in the fridge and the freezer.
Really?
Yeah.
Always a catalog?
Yes.
Then how is it that we miss stuff? How is it that we were like, oh, wait a minute, that I don't remember having that.
Because I forget about things.
So
What I'm saying is, I have a
You got a
catalog.
memory like a
may
sieve.
it may not be complete, but I have a catalog. I'm always like, okay, what do we have? Okay, I can put this in this. Okay, we can make this. All right, we've got these vegetables. I may not remember everything, but I do know like some things, and I am putting meals together.
I do know some things until it's not right in front of me in the fridge, and then it's in a hole somewhere. I done forgot about it.
Oh, this is the fridge doom box.
I am the same way too, because I'm like, I open up the freezer and I'm like, oh, look at that, we have that, and I know we bought it,
Yeah.
but it's like we put it away, and then it's like it's gone.
Oh, God.
It goes into the nothing.
It does. It is gone. Our condiments are in a spinny, lazy Susan, clear. So that
Susan
it
always gets a bad rap,
poor
right?
Susan.
Poor Susan.
Clear because it can't block any view of what it is, and I can just spin, and then I can actually use the condiments that are in there instead of opening another one and having like 2 mayonnaise or 2 mustard.
Just last night, we had a non-clear bowl in the fridge.
Yeah.
And I was like, we got this bowl of tomatoes. You're like, where is it at? I'm like, it's right here. Look. I opened it
Like,
up.
what's
and
in
it's
that
a
bowl?
full bowl of tomatoes.
I don't put things in solid bowls.
But you do.
Only
And
if they're
then
gonna
we
be-
forget about what it is.
Okay, I try not to put things in solid bowls because I can't see it. I usually rinse the tomatoes and I put them into like quart canning containers with like a paper towel on the bottom. But then I
wouldn't
can see them.
say-
I can see how many I
I
have.
wouldn't say usually, because we
Ooh.
also have our clear drawer things.
Yes, we also have clear drawers. We have clear organizers.
Yeah.
We have, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, if we can't see it, it's gone.
It's gone.
We don't know where it's at. It goes into a hole until we're like, oh, look at that. It might be growing something.
It probably is. Yeah. We tried having a list on our freezer once of like everything that was in there.
Because it was a chest freezer.
Oh my goodness.
Just so you know, if you have the problem of if you can't see it, it's not there, never get a chest freezer. Ever, ever, ever. Because you don't see anything but what's on top.
Yeah, and we had everything in like containers too,
And
it's
labeled.
Yeah, and labeled, and we had a list of everything that's in each category.
And it still was like a hole to nothingness.
Yep.
And now we have an upright. And sometimes even that is just like, say, what do we have again?
Yes, but thankfully they're all in buckets, and the buckets are labeled.
Yeah, but still. I mean, it's a little easier to see, but sometimes you're just like, oh, yeah, look at that. There's rice cauliflower in here.
Yeah. There's almost always rice cauliflower in there.
Yes, but
So that's a pretty safe bet.
you know,
Safe bet.
is it?
Yeah.
No, but for me, I was like, I don't know if we have that in there or not.
Yeah.
You know, and we always forget what amount we have or whatnot. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what I wasn't prepared for about being an adult, all of it.
That's unfortunate.
It just is what it is, and I figured it out as I went.
Yeah.
You know, the whole bill thing and all of it.
Yeah.
So,
I guess there were like I wish that they would have spoken more on like business in school.
well, we had a business class.
That's only if you took it.
Ours, I think, was required
Ours
for a
was
semester.
a math class, but I was busy taking all the other big math classes that I thought was going to help me get
It
into
wasn't a
it.
math class for me. It was an actual business class,
Oh, I think.
like about doing business and being an entrepreneur. And
Oh, ours was like business accounting.
no, but
Did we
I
have
mean,
a
yes, for you, but
business class?
not for us. It was an actual like, these are what business owners do. These are the things you have to take into account. And
Really?
yeah, it wasn't like accounting.
Maybe we had one of those and I just didn't know. That's cool. Hindsight, I should, that would have been cool to take. I didn't really need the statistics for
90% of them are
going
made up on
into
the spot
food.
anyway.
I did so much math for not actually ever needing math.
You use math every day. You just don't do it in a conventional way.
I don't need the level of math that I went to
No.
every single day, and neither do I remember it. What I do remember is crying, trying to figure it out, because it was a lot of, well, why do I do this? Because you do. Okay. I don't know how else to ask the question. So, but like, why do I do that? Because you do. Okay, but like when? Well, when it tells you to. Okay. If I don't know why or when to use it, then I don't know why or when to use it. There's a lot of that.
But also sometimes in math, it's easier to say, okay, and go on with your life.
Yeah, but that's okay from someone who knows math, who does well at math.
Yeah, but I didn't need to know. I just know that when this happens, I do that.
No, I understand that, but I couldn't replicate it on a test because I didn't know when to use it. Because I didn't know why I was using it. So if you're learning like 4 different equations, but how do I know which one to use on this specific question?
Because the question tells you which one.
Yep. See? That's what they said. And I'm like, okay, but like, why does this mean? Like, it wasn't good. Was not good. I think often about going to school and getting like some kind of business something.
You don't need it though.
But, or like anything, just to kind of like,
Yeah, I'm just saying,
know.
like, if you want to do a business, you don't need it.
no. But then I just think I hated school so much. Like that part of school.
Yeah.
Why would I do that to myself? I love learning.
Then take a class that you want to do, not just like some random business thing. Like
I don't
some
know what I
creative
want to
thing,
do.
or just find something that you think is interesting and take a class in it. Do Skillshare. Do
You know, it would be fun.
any of those things.
So when we were in Thailand at the malls or on the streets, in strip malls, wherever, there were tons of, we'll teach you English in 1 week, or, however many bought an hour for learning English or whatever, but they were everywhere.
They were.
And here, I can like, I have searched for like local community classes to learn Spanish, and I cannot find anyone.
Hmm.
But I don't want like a mix of Spain Spanish and Mexican Spanish or Latin America Spanish. Like I want um yeah, I want to like be able to I guess speak one of them. But in high school it was kind of a mix. I would say stuff to my old coworker Eveth, and she'd be like,
Well, I think what would be most beneficial would be Latin American Spanish, but
"Yeah,
conversational Spanish.
yes,
Not
oh for
necessarily
sure,
not necessarily proper.
yeah." But that's all they taught us was like very proper, like we're going to court Spanish.
Yeah.
And she's like, nobody talks like that. I'm like, oh, well,
What do you do?
I don't know. I'm gonna keep searching for like a Spanish class, but that's not like college Spanish. Like I want to learn how to speak.
There's a Spanish class at the Taco Bell. You learn taco, burrito.
You know how many of those are not like,
They're Tex-Mex,
yeah.
not actual, or not even really Tex-Mex, honestly.
Unfortunately, those are the ones I already know, so
Mm.
I don't have to pay for that particular class.
You can go down to the local joint and see if they would
And teach me.
hook you up.
Yeah.
Of course, I mean, they'd have to understand you first.
What do you mean?
Well, I know there's one guy in there like didn't understand anything other than Spanish.
Oh, I mean, maybe that's like the best way.
I mean, yeah, immersion.
He can speak Spanish, I can speak English, and then, we learn each other's language.
Huh.
Or
Or
I'll find somebody just to teach me Spanish.
just tell them you'll work there for free to learn Spanish.
I'm a good cook. I don't know how to
And you would
cook.
get some new recipes. Hey, there you go.
Get some new experience.
New recipes. So, sounds like
Oh,
fun. If that's something you would want to do.
no, I don't think that they would let me work at their restaurant without knowing how to make any of their food.
For freezies?
Yeah.
Like an internship?
An internship.
I think they might. So I heard something on a podcast the other day that was kind of interesting. And it has to do with previous traumatic experiences. And this
As opposed to current dramatic situations.
no, not opposed to.
No,
just about previous traumatic situations or current, however you want to look at it. Traumatic situations.
Okay, sorry, I was just trying to be funny.
They were saying that it is not until you can actually recount the tragedy or talk about the tragedy and tell it in such a way that you can laugh through it that you have fully worked through it and got through the hurt that happened within that tragedy. What you think about that?
But if you can laugh through it and you also still cry about it.
They didn't talk about that.
Oh.
But I think if you're still harboring resentment over the thing, or I think it still can be sad, but if you're still got like really bad feelings for it, then have you really worked through it? Or was it just a thing that happened and here's how to make light of it and you've learned from it and move on.
I don't know. Because I know that for some things, like I'm at a place where I can joke about it. But in other times, like if I really think about it, it is still a very sad situation.
I'm not saying I wouldn't say it would never not be sad.
I mean, but I easily could like laugh about it and cry about it in the same like sit down conversation.
Yes, but laugh about it, cry about it in the same situation. Is it still wrecking you?
I don't think that's what the thing said. It didn't say that it wasn't wrecking you.
Yes.
Right? Like it was saying that if you can go through it with laughing,
That's
I don't know.
no.
'Cause it's
What I'm
not.
saying is you can recount the thing that happened,
Yeah.
and you can make light of it, and you can make jokes about it, and you can laugh through it, and still, yes, be sad that a thing happened or whatever. But it's that you've worked through it to the point that, I don't know, find the silver lining in the situation and be able to joke about it, that you fully worked through that tragedy. You
I
can still
don't
be sad.
I don't know that that's accurate though, because I know that we were trying to joke and find silver lining and all of that during some of the stuff that's happened with us.
Yes, but we were trying to joke in the midst. Not,
But we still make the same jokes. We still like,
yeah, they're actually funny now, or more funny. At the moment, it was too soon.
yeah. I don't know that laughing about it is like the benchmark as to being healed though. I think just because like people are
What do
so
you mean?
complicated that you can have a moment where or you're good um and you're joking about it and the next time that you're thinking about it you're like, "Oh, like it really like hits you again."
Yeah, but there's a difference between being able to recount the thing, talk
Yeah.
about it, be able to
Yeah.
joke about it, and actually be through the thing than to mask joking about it, because there obviously is some things that you haven't completely worked through if you can the next time have issues.
Hmm.
You haven't fully worked through it, but it's good that you've gotten to a point where you could joke, some.
Yeah. So do you think let's take something like um we're going dark, worst case scenario, you have a child that dies,
Uh-huh.
right? Like I know that at some point you can make jokes,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know that you're ever, I guess that maybe you're never on the other side of it. Like that's just something that you're never on the other side of.
What do you mean?
Because I mean, you could easily like make jokes, I guess in the right situation, right? Like, but then um the next time you think about your child, like it's devastating again.
Yeah, but that would say that you're not fully worked through the whole thing.
Yeah, but are you actually ever really worked through
I couldn't tell
that
you.
trauma?
I couldn't tell you.
You know? And so if we think about it like that, like, is anyone ever fully worked through with their trauma?
But I think the big part is the difference is, yeah, you can think about it, make you sad, but are you thinking about it and you're sad because obviously somebody died, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're still sad a little bit, but Or is it completely wrecking you? If it's completely wrecking you, then you haven't worked through it to a point of healing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I get that, but I think that in every trauma, you're never fully healed. You're never fully on the other side of it.
Really?
Yeah, I think that we're always in the process of healing. You're never going to be fully on the other side of that until you're done being here, like until you pass.
So we're just a bunch of trauma balls for our whole life?
I think so. And I think so. Because here's the thing. It's like the trauma, the closer it is, typically, and sometimes if trauma happens and you like close it off into a little package and you just don't deal with it, well, then as soon as you open that package, it's like the trauma is right there again, right? So, but it's like the closer you are to it, the more it's able to be triggered. And then the farther you get away from it, it's less likely to be triggered. But you're never fully away from it
Why not?
because it's always a part of who you are. It's a part of
The
what
trauma?
yeah.
So you're saying you would never fully heal from it and learn from the experience and then
No.
move on?
No, I'm not saying that you'll never move on and that you'll never.
But
No, I'm just saying,
seems like kind of what you're saying.
I just think that there's always a tendril. Like you're never fully healed. You're always in the process of healing.
Maybe.
Right? Like,
Maybe.
you know, I think that something bad can happen and you can talk about it. You go through therapy and you can like be to the point of like, okay, you're good. Like you can do this on your own now. But just like a relationship, it's a constant daily thing. It's, you keep working on it. And in a relationship, you're never fully like 100% there because you're constantly working on yourself and you're working on each other and you're doing things to grow your relationship.
Yeah, but
You
it
don't-
doesn't mean that you continue to harbor that tragedy.
No, I'm not saying you harbor the tragedy.
I,
I'm just saying,
if that's what it feels like you're saying.
no, I'm not
right
saying
now.
you're harboring it. I'm saying
Because
that it is a part of.
what you're saying is like you're never really letting it go.
No. I mean, maybe, but not in like a negative way.
Okay.
More of in like you're constantly growing and learning about yourself from this situation for the rest of your life.
I don't know. I don't know necessarily from that specific situation.
What specific situation?
Any specific situation.
Okay.
I think it causes you to grow and learn, but inevitably it's in the past
Well, yeah.
and it's gone and over with.
But if it were ever to come to your mind,
Yeah.
like you still in that moment have to choose to like remember the things that helped you get through that healing and not to revert at any given moment.
I think you can work towards a place where it's just how you react would ultimately be in the healed spot. Like you wouldn't have to remind yourself if you're truly healed from that thing.
I don't know that you're reminding. I think it's just a conscious, like it comes up and then you go, okay.
That to me says that's a healed person.
I don't I don't know that it's like, I feel like it's kind of like learning. You're always learning.
Yes,
You're
but
never like,
So
learned.
so you've never learned a thing and you just know the thing?
100%? No.
You don't know how to tie your shoes,
Yeah, but I don't know about like all the different ways to tie my shoe.
but you know how to tie your shoes.
Yeah, but I don't know that 100%. I know
But
my way of
you've
tying my shoes.
You've learned to tie
Shoes.
your shoes.
Yeah, my way.
Okay, now you're just getting.
No, I'm saying like I
Yeah.
don't 100% know about tying shoes. I know how to tie my shoes my way 100%.
Okay.
But I feel like you're always in a place of like learning.
There may be variations on how to skin a cat,
Mm-hmm.
but you still have learned to skin a cat. Like you can get the job done.
Yeah, but that's not something 100%. Because someone else can come behind you and be like, actually, this is the best
It
way
is
to do
100%.
this thing.
It's 100% the way that you're doing it.
That's not 100%. If you take
It is
a,
100%.
if you take a test in school and you're like,
Yeah.
and they
you
say
give the answers they want, you've learned it, you get 100%. There may be other answers that are better and
No.
more full. Yes.
okay, but listen,
Essay questions.
but listen,
That's the way it works.
there have been tests that I have taken where they want you to get to the answer their specific method, and if you don't use their specific method, you get counted off. That is not 100%. Even though you know the answer, you did not get there.
That's you knew the parameters of the test is that they wanted you to use their method. So you using their method is part of the test, not just the answer.
You said get there anyway.
Yes, in the grand scheme of life, not a specific test that a teacher gave you.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
I think I would love to believe like, oh, you're fully healed, but there will always be something that happens. Like my first concussion that I'm aware of was this kid. I don't even remember his name. I don't even remember who it was, but he had me put my head down on a picnic table and he two-handed, and he was definitely older than me. Two-handed, just bang, brought the bat down, like swung the bat down across my head. First concussion.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I can think about that and be like, oh, and be jokes. But there's still, I'm like, that is so hurtful. That is so mean. Like, that was my first
It is
concussion.
hurtful and that is mean,
Yeah.
but it doesn't
And I'm
wreck you and put you into
it
a
doesn't
point
wreck
that,
me. Of course it doesn't wreck me.
then you're healed. I mean, obviously your brain still is like sometimes because of all the
So you
successive
think
concussions.
if it doesn't wreck you, you're healed.
Yeah, because you've learned to move on. You've learned to be a human. You've learned to be a person
I think
through
that
past
you've just
that.
learned coping skills, and that you've learned, like, yes,
Well,
you've.
yes, everything's coping, but you're not. You're not.
I'm not saying I'm
affected,
afflicted.
but you're not afflicted by it, and
Yeah.
you can joke about it,
Yeah.
and you can move on.
Yeah.
That's healed.
Okay. So our definitions of healed, I think that's where it lies.
Mine is perfect.
It's just-
Yours might be a little flawed. Anyway,
Okay. I think what we've come down to is that we have different definitions of healed.
this side of glory, we will never be to what your version of healed is.
No, we will never.
But
I
as a
said we
healed-
will never be healed, so we will always be my version
No,
on this side of glory.
this side of glory.
Yeah,
so
we
it's
will
not
never fully be
never healed.
Well, I said earlier
Because on
until
the
you
other
get
side
done.
of glory, we will be. Anyway,
I said that already at the very
no,
beginning.
no, I don't remember it, so it didn't
Play it
happen.
back. Play it
I
back.
don't remember it, so it didn't happen.
Wind it back.
I guess maybe comments can tell us. Anyway, so yes, of course, there's coping.
Uh,
You have to cope in order to. Be
I thought we were
healed.
done with this conversation.
No, I'm just saying, like,
Oh,
you have
we're
to.
rehashing.
I'm not rehashing anything. I'm just saying, of course, like, we've learned to cope, and that's how we heal.
Yes.
Any hoozles.
I think that's definitely based on a different definition of
No.
like complete healing. Or what we view, yeah.
I think complete healing is only you get to a point where you can be human and move on and laugh and joke about it and just keep on trucking.
Right. That doesn't say it 100% though.
Yeah. This side of glory, 100%.
Well, and I'm saying we'll never be 100%. This
Well-
side of glory.
Hey, look at that for once. I'm the positive one here.
Hey,
Here we go.
no.
What? No.
No, mine is not negative. Mine is a
just
constant
saying.
learning.
We're healed. Be healed, my child.
Boo.
Anyway. What's up?
That was a weird real.
Was it? Well, I'm a weirdo. You're the one that signed on the line for it.
Baby. I did.
Anyway, so
I did sign on the line. So?
that's kind of what we had, yeah?
Yeah.
What?
What time is it?
Does it matter what time it is?
No, my watch is dead though.
Oh, imagine that.
It's
Your watch
always
being dead.
My
Anyway,
watch is always dead.
always dead.
I have to charge it a lot.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Like it, subscribe to it. If you like our back and forth banter about randomness.
I think this time they'll probably think we're not fighting. Kids,
No.
Mom and Dad are fine. We're not fighting.
I think you're more sensitive to that. I think that
Sometimes.
was just us having a conversation.
Yeah.
And we can get you know,
Sometimes we both
excited.
get passionate.
Excited.
Passionate.
Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.